First of all, I'm proud of these young men. Obviously, we've been going through a lot of adversity over the last couple of weeks. And again, I get asked this question a lot, is, what these guys' attitudes are, what their mindset. And I tell you all the time, this is a very resilient group. And I think they showed that tonight. And they've been coming to practice, working extremely hard, even though things haven't been going in their favor over the course of some of these games. But they've kept a positive attitude, and a lot of that is these two young men that are sitting here right now, Jo and Chico, and it speaks volumes of their character and leadership of who they are. So just I'm proud of this team, the effort they put forth tonight. It made it closer to what it needed to be the last minute and a half. But again, this team is capable of more. There's much more in the tank. It's a 40-minute game. I think we got about 27 out there, so we left 13 on the table, and that's something we got to improve on over the course of the next 4 or 5 days before we play next Saturday.
All right, questions for Chico and Jeremiah?
Chico, obviously, Coach just talked about it's a lot of adversity to start the season. Can you just talk about what this type of win means for you guys and kind of what the mood was like in the locker room after the game?
Yeah, it felt good. Every time we broke the huddle today, we just kept saying positivity, just having a positive attitude between our team, coaching staff, and everybody on the court. So, yeah, it felt good. It felt good to get in the winning column.
And then Chico, it seemed like that you guys really clicked tonight compared to the last few games. What do you think clicked for you guys tonight as a team that may not have that resulted in the 1-7 start?
Right. We just put an emphasis on sharing the basketball, playing as a team. I think we had like 17 assists today. So guys was getting in, playing on 2 feet and finding open shots. And then we put in work every day, so the shots was falling today. So that was good.
Jeremiah, what were you guys doing as a team to beat the full court press?
I think we did a good job getting to the middle of the press and then trying to attack it and just not being on our heels, making sure that we're trying to stay aggressive against the press. That's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, question for Tony. You pulled out the zone defense late in the first half, and you went on like an 18-2 run that really just seemed to stifle Louisville. Could you just talk us through that decision, things you were seeing up to that point that led you to go zone there late in the first half?
It's something that we had talked about in practice over the course of the last couple of days, and just having the ability to change our defenses to keep the opponent off balance of what we're doing defensively. So it's something that we knew going into that game that we'd be changing up our defenses, and it just happened to work this evening or this afternoon.
Did you watch Louisville struggle a verse zone in the Empire Classic game against
Indiana?
Yeah, Indiana. Did you see that, and did that kind of spark that decision to put that into practice?
I saw that while I was scouting them, but it was something that we were going to throw out there, and you see how effective it was, and just having to be effective. And again, in the second half, they made some baskets against it, so it worked pretty well in the second half. In the first half, second half they attacked it a little bit differently, and they made some baskets against us in the second half.
Any remaining questions for student athletes?
Jeremiah, it seems like that you're really clicking right now from beyond the arc, and you're really becoming one of the team's most efficient scorers. Can you kind of just speak on that and the mindset, just going forward, and how do you feel just from beyond the arc as the season kind of goes forward?
I feel confident from behind the arc. I feel like my teammates are doing a great job of finding me. Like, we had 17 assists tonight. When you have 17 assists and you have good shooters out there, things are going to flow. And I'm just being able to get everything in the flow right now. Everybody is. We're not having to force things. So I think that's the biggest thing. Just we're doing a tremendous job of sharing the ball, getting to the next action, and we're going to continue to get even better at those things.
Chico, now kind of moving forward after this one, what are the keys going to be for you guys to kind of build off this victory moving forward, and what's going to be the message for you guys, especially on the defensive end?
Right. I just feel like the feeling of winning, the feeling of playing as a team, just going to strive us. We're going to enjoy this win today. We got tomorrow off. We're going to come back Monday and get prepared for the next game.
Last one for players there.
Chico, Jeremiah, how was it to have Jalen back out on the court with you guys today?
Yeah, it felt good. JT, it felt good for him to see him, all the work that he put in to get back on the court, every day treatment, rehab. So it felt good. It felt good for him to play on the court today.
All right, thank you, Chico and Jeremiah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take any additional questions for Coach.
Coach, talking about Jalen again, what was it like to have him on the court to be able to do a little bit more with Chico and some of the other guards in the lineup?
You know, it's good to have Jalen back out there, both offensively and defensively. Just his presence out there, because he really knows best of what we're trying to do offensively and defensively. And, you know, it's been tough for Jalen Terry. And it's a tough situation to put a young man in, you know, to be quite honest, which he hadn't practiced. So we're talking about a young man that played in the game today that's never even gone up and down this year. Well, excuse me, he has, but it's been 7 weeks ago that said, hey, I got to try to do this now. So what you saw of Jalen Terry is probably about 55%. You know, obviously we hope that improves over the course of the next week or two, but just having his presence out there, it speaks volumes of who he is as a person, as a young man.
And then, Coach, the last few weeks, you guys gone through a lot of adversity. You've really emphasized for you guys to really have a chance in a lot of these games. You're going to have to rebound the basketball, and that's something you guys did here tonight. You out-rebounded them 36-32. How much do you credit to that, to tonight's win?
You know, we've got to hang our hats, and I keep saying this, on defending and rebounding. I think we did a much better job. We held them to 39 from 2. We held them to 26 from 3, and we out-rebounded them. And if we can hold them to them type of numbers, we're going to give ourselves a chance. We're going to be able to score enough points. We just got to be able to lock in defensively and be able to get stops during the course of the game.
Tony, you guys were able to hold Trey White to a season low. What defensively did you guys do to kind of take him out? I mean, I think he finished with 7, but really he was 1 for like 12 going into the final couple minutes.
I don't know if it was anything in particular. I think our guys were just locked in defensively, aware of where he was at on the court at all times. And I think they just did a good job on him. You know, Trey White is a very good basketball player, but our guys stepped up to the challenge and did a really good job on him today.
Coach, you've obviously talked about, you know, this being a hard start for you guys in the first month. What is it just for you personally to kind of get a victory? What does it mean for you and kind of take off some of the pressure you're under these last couple of games?
You know, it's obvious, you know, nobody is happy with the start that we've had. Nobody is more sick about it than me. You know, I've never been in a situation like this throughout my coaching career. So, you know, I'm already a guy that doesn't sleep very much. So it just wears on you. But, you know, we have great support at this university, from President Rob being here right now to my athletic director, Dwayne Peavy, and the support that they've given, that, you know, everything is in place. We just have to do our part. And again, I know what these young men are capable of. It's just being able to put it all together. But you got to have the support of the administrators, the president, to be able to get it done. And we have that in place right here. I mean, you have the president here at press conferences after all games, coming to basketball games. You have a great supportive athletic director with us on the road. And that's what it takes to be able to get something like this turned around.
Coach, obviously on Wednesday, Caleb came back and played, I think, limited minutes, didn't play today. Can you just talk about his status and if it's still the wrist injury?
It is the wrist injury. He's having some trouble with it. You know, hopefully these 4 or 5 days that we have between games now, he can get a lot of treatment on it and keep working through it. And when he's able to get back out there, we'll get him back out there.
When Louisville was starting to catch up a little bit in the second half, what were you telling your players to keep their competitiveness up?
Positivity. You know, again, we've been in some situations where we've lost some leads. So we've been in these situations, but we had to stay positive and keep making plays for one another. And, you know, it would go our way, and our guys did a good job of doing that and not panicking.
And then, Coach, we actually saw a little bit of Keandre Young tonight compared to where we've seen him through the first 8 games. What made you kind of want to go to him tonight early on?
He's deserving of it. He's been playing very well in practice. He's played better the last couple of games, and to be quite honest with you, he should have played more minutes than what he did. You know, that's a mistake on my part of not getting him in there more minutes in that second half, but he's deserving of it. This is a young man that hadn't played a lot up to this point, but he's kept a very positive attitude. He's been working extremely hard in practice, and he's earning these minutes and some and more.
Last question right here.
Coach, you've talked about positivity kind of being the theme today. Who are some of the players or some of the leaders that you've kind of relied on today and the last couple of days to kind of push that message and kind of keep the spirits up within the group?
Chico and Jeremiah, Deshaun, Jalen Terry even is more challenging when you're not out there on the court with them guys. But, again, this group as a whole, it's a resilient group of young men that keep a positive attitude, that, we come in, we watch the mistakes we're making when film, and they know what we're capable of. And again, there's more in the tank. I'm just telling you, there's more there. And it's my job to get it out of this team. We're better than what we played tonight. And again, we need practice, and we got to continue to get better, continue to grow as a team.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.